Serbian. You all know this. Let's see. Growing up, my mom was Catholic and I know my dad was Baptist, and for about 6 or 7 years we'd kind of like flip back and forth going to churches, really not knowing or being established anywhere. We started going to just a Christian church probably around the age of like 7 years old, and we kind of would just go with the flow, like we didn't go for 4 Sundays, let's go this Sunday. We'd say we're like Christians but weren't necessarily living the lifestyle. We were loving people, but again, not so much living as a child of God. And I started going to Sunday school more. And when I was about 11 or 12 years old, I was really beginning to learn more about God just like in Sunday school, and I was like, oh, he's a pretty cool guy. And so I was just becoming more established in the Sunday school and the youth, and so I decided to get baptized, and so I was. And again, kind of went to church, again, on and off, and I think in my heart I wanted to continue to grow, and my mom was always there, but it was, I don't know, it was always difficult for me to grow because I didn't necessarily have that push behind me unless I was at Sunday school. But when I was, I'd say, junior high, 6th, 7th grade, I was having friends. We weren't the greatest friends, and I think at that age, we know what kids here, we're looking to do new things and experiment new things and find kind of where our glitch is. And I just remember hanging out with friends, and you know, they'd want to just like smoke a cigarette or drink alcohol, find their parents' alcohol, and I just, maybe I had a sip of it, but I never really was like, I always had the conscience of God, like, this isn't what you're supposed to do. And I think kind of with Brittany's story, I think I had a lot of fear in me, like, I have fear of drinking and getting caught by the law, or I have fear of being disobedient because I know this isn't what my parents want me to do. And so I never was in complete, you know, I guess, living that lifestyle, but I know a huge thing was fitting in, like fitting in the crowd and being popular and having the attention known by people, and that was always a struggle. And I think a big thing was just our family life. Just my family was a huge social, just social to our family and to our friends, and we'd always just have like just parties at the house. And with my brothers, I had 2 older brothers, and I saw their lifestyle in high school and in college, just the party life, and to me that's what was norm. And I'd say my freshman and sophomore year, like, that's what I'd do. I would just kind of hang out with my brothers and different friends, and we would just drink at the house and stuff like that, but I never was, in a sense, off the wall of any sort like that. But when I was a sophomore, I started going to church with one of my friends, a Baptist church, and I went on my first missions trip to West Virginia, and it was a pretty cool trip. We just went to a church and started painting. Anyways, it was fun. And I just really saw God there, like in worship and Bible studies and stuff. And I always knew that God was there. And in a sense, it's like what my dad was saying is you're walking the fence. There's like a line of good and evil. And I always knew what good was, and I always knew what evil was. And I was too scared to touch what was evil. But in a sense, I never thought that I could excel to what is good. In a sense, I never thought that in a sense, my purpose. Like, I was always insecure of thinking I can't be like this person. I can't be, you know, popular like this person. And so I was swayed a lot by other people and other people's decisions, and I was definitely a follower. And then, like I said, I went on this mission trip, and I really was just beginning to know who God was and becoming more of an individual. And so I'd say about my junior, senior year, I really was beginning to just know who God was and know that I could have a personal relationship with Him. And this is about the time that my parents, my mom and dad as well, we started going to a new Christian church, and we got a hold of this book called The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. And I was just talking about your purpose in life, and I remember just again, with my parents and with myself, just with reading this book, saying that you have, a purpose and you are worthy. And so it was just a really great book and a wonderful church that we started going to. And anyways, for a while though, it was still a lot of insecurities kind of coming in and out, like wanting to be popular in school, but also knowing what God was speaking over my life. And I know it's really hard because there's a lot of stuff that I want to share but I can't. But anyways, just like I said about my senior year of high school, I was coming up with a big choice of where I was going to go to school, and I really wanted to go to a school in Washington, and it was a state school. And just as I saw my brothers Zach and Peter go to a state school, and I saw their lifestyle, just partying and being involved in that, and God was really tugging on my heart to check out a Christian school. And so I went and I looked at it, and that was honestly the first time I really felt God, and that I can hear God and know that He's personal and not just this God in church, but He's a one-on-one personal God. Is when I really heard Him speak to me about going to this school, and that in going to it, He is going to fulfill my life, and that I am going to be fruitful. And so I think that was just a huge decision and a huge changing point in my life is when I went to college and when He spoke to me. But anyways, I guess just being here at CYC, I started coming right before I went to college, that summer after I graduated high school. And I think just being here with Nick and with Amy and the other kids, just the more I heard and I saw God more, and I saw how personal He is, and I saw the change that He took place in lives, and how it is possible to see a child's life transformed. And I don't know, I just really held tight to that. And to me, with these girls, God has always given me just a heart of compassion and mercy and love for people. And it's difficult for me to see broken people, and outside of CYC, I've never seen someone broken like I have when I've come here, or my eyes have never been open to it. And so it's just amazing to be here and to share the testimony that I have, which I want to say isn't much because I haven't struggled through much, but I know right from wrong, and I know, what sin can lead and pain can lead to people. And so I just want to be able to encourage and love people and help kids to go on the right track.